Anal Island. I know one show that Nikki does like to watch that she's involved in, and that's FBoy Island,
FBoy,
episode
baby.
1 through 6, now on HBO Max. If you're listening
I'm all
to this
caught
podcast,
up. I love it.
The next 3 episodes, or maybe 4,
It's
I don't even
fucking
know,
good this
are
year.
dropping on Thursday. And if you have not seen it yet, do not think
What are
that
you doing?
can get away with not watching it, because it is not something that takes that long to get. You will get invested in it, and you'll have
addictive.
fun. It's not going to be something that you're like,
Me and Brenna
"Oh,
are
I gotta-"
having a fucking ball watching it.
It's so fun, and I don't even being there. We don't know anything that happens, right?
Well, now
dude?
the cliffhanger is Peter an
Peter.
F-boy or not? And so I have Brenna going, "What is he? What is he?" And
I know
that's when
we
you know
all
the show's
tried to
good.
get it out of
I know.
Nikki, and she
I
was
did
so
not give
good
them
at keeping
anything.
it.
I go, "He's Asian."
No,
Left turn.
Left turn. It is so captivating. It is so interesting. It's so funny. How funny is that one clip of Nico going, "If she does not hear it from you that you called her a dumb blonde, you will be fucked." Like, there's so many funny things like that. What about on the date with what's his name that was boring? So they just go, "This
they
date
didn't
was
even
boring.
show it."
We're cutting to the next scene."
Dude, and one of my favorite things that makes me laugh, the boys. It's the songs. And
I like them boys.
I like
them boys.
Why? What is that song?
I think that song was the song originally too of first season. That song started out as, I think, like serious, like they were trying to, and then now it's just so funny because it's so it's
How
so
she
stupid.
says boys is
Them
so
boys. Oh my God, Kirsten was doing the best Samaras. Like, I don't even know. Like, she was talking like
Who was doing that? Who was
Kirsten's
it? Oh,
Samaras.
Kirsten's
I'm like,
Samaras.
I don't know. Like, Tom's abs. Like, you gotta listen. I'll get her to do it for you. Kirsten's impression of Tamaris is so funny. And how about on the 6th episode? I think maybe on the 5th, when Mia has the panic attack.
I mean, and
Can we
then-
give the real details behind that scene for y'all? Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
if
So
you
if
can.
you have seen the
trying to
episode,
remember.
you know the scene at the elimination where
No,
Mia's
I
foot
remember
is
that.
going buck
They had to call
wild,
a paramedic.
and she's just being a little bit like, she was already off that night. She was probably underslept, stressed out. She doesn't want to
looked
send. I think
stressed.
Dwayne home is who she sends. Spoiler alert. Sorry, it really doesn't give. You can still watch the show. It's not going to give anything away. Honestly, Dwayne is an afterthought. What about when Dwayne asked for a hug and she goes, "No"?
No,
that was
so
so
insane.
I remember
don't even
that.
remember that
I
in the-
remember that. I remembered it.
I
Obviously.
think I was looking at my body in the mirror.
You were downstairs with your shirt off in my green room during that. So my green room was at that house where those eliminations are happening, and Andrew is
For
on
most
the premises.
episodes, I'm looking at my body. But
So
wait, what happened? Why did she?
So
I'm trying
Mia
to
has a
remember.
panic attack that Danny goes down and like helps her through.
Gets in front of the
the
EMTs.
reason I know, like
That's what
pushes
people are
that guy to
making
the side. The reason that she and I, the reasons are always like dozens of reasons creating this situation, but I did not know. So when I do the elimination, Kirsten, I think, or someone asked me, like, do you have cue cards? And I don't have cue cards. I have a earpiece in, and the producers are telling me what to say, and then I go, there's a loose script, and then we, then I just like kind of ad lib stuff along the way. But that's how we run the show, is that there's someone in my ear. And at the end of that scene, it was to the point where we were just about to reveal who's an F-boy, who's a nice guy. Everyone's going to reveal their status. I think it was the episode before that. So we needed to kind of do a final tally of like, Louise, you've eliminated this many F-boys and this many nice guys. Tamaris, this many F-boys, this many nice guys. Now Tamaris eliminated all F-boys at this point. Louise eliminated like mostly F-boys, and Mia, I think, maybe all nice guys she eliminated.
Yeah.
And this show is about, if the girl, so what the premise is, if the girl at the end chooses an F-boy, which she can do because by the end they do know the status of everyone. If she chooses an F-boy, she's taking a risk because all the money will go to him and he will decide whether or not he splits it with her or takes it all for himself. And if they choose a nice guy, they definitely split the money. So you're trying to eliminate F-boys because these guys are guys that came into the show. Yes, maybe they can change by the end, but it's not likely. It's way more safe to choose a nice guy. And it's safe for your heart too, even though F-boys are so attractive for whatever reason. So when I established at the end, Bill Dixon's in my ear saying like, or whoever, Sam Dean is saying like, let's just go through and say how many F-boys each girl eliminated just to reset. It wasn't about like shaming like, Mia, you idiot. You only eliminated this many, F-boys. It was just to set it up. But Mia, I think, was in a state that night that was vulnerable. And when I said, and Mia, you've eliminated all nice guys.
Yeah.
I think it made her feel like I was shaming her, which I understand completely after the fact. I was like, oh, I'm just like repeating a voice in my head. I'm not thinking about the context of this, how she's already feeling so upset. And she was already a little off that night. And so I walk off, and then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose because she's having a panic attack. And I found out the next day it was because of me. And I'm so glad that they didn't keep it in. But apparently she was saying, why would she say that? Why would she say that? And I go, because Bill Dixon told me to. And honestly, and Bill didn't have any nefarious needs
Also,
in me saying that either. We weren't trying to give it.
But that
We were
just
just
shows
stating,
you how like she got so enthralled in it. Like she forgot that it was a TV show and the cameras were there and
Yes.
stuff. So maybe she just didn't even see that this whole process was happening. That's how much emotion
Yeah.
she was
Also, she
invested in
knows
it.
she's liking the F-boys. I mean, it's a real thing. I mean,
and
I think you
I
have
said to
to
her the
look
next
like,
day,
yeah, you have to look like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's like, yeah, but that's who you knew what Peter was before. You knew,
Yes.
like you had an idea.
And she even said, I think it may have been her, and early on was like, I don't care if they're an F-boy. I'm still going to go. Like, it
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm
matter.
gonna change 'em.
And for me, if I was a girl playing this game, I wouldn't care who was a nice guy and who, like, I would just, I think that I can switch anyone. And I know these girls feel the same way. Like,
Depends
I
what
almost
kinda-
won an F-boy, so I can prove that I've flipped one,
I guess it depends if I could pay rent. My money situation
good
going
point.
in.
Yeah.
I think, I would definitely go for a good girl just so I could make sure I get the 50 grand.
But there's a really fun episode coming up where we do this challenge where these boys are kind of put under in a pressure situation where they have to answer questions or they have to do this thing, and that
You know
causes
what I
them
thought was
pain.
cool?
What?
That I didn't. Nico getting drunk. Did you see that?
What do you mean?
He got hammered and he was trying to talk to Tamaris, and I didn't realize that was one of the reasons why she also eliminated him.
Oh, I didn't.
I never knew
I
that
didn't
when
know
we
that
were there.
either. Oh, I didn't see that scene. Maybe I was going to the bathroom or something. Do
Oh,
you
he
remember
was
that, Noah?
hammered and he was like cross-eyed.
I vaguely-
And Nico's and that
Nico's
and
so
He
cute
was
and,
trying
like,
to
such a-
apologize, but he was just coming off.
That's why. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense because I was wondering why is Tamara so upset with Nico that he is not standing up for her instead of I forget who he was upset with at the
Well,
who-
he stood up for Kylan when
Kylan.
Kylan said that she was a kissing
yes
booth.
a kissing machine.
Which-
Louise was confused of what was said about her. She was like, "I'm not a kissing machine," and it was just like, "Wait, see what's happening here?" Because a kissing booth is like literally a 1950s throwback. Like, who the fuck knows what a kissing booth is? So, but what I do want to say, the next challenge, the next day after Mia's panic attack, we have like this challenge. And I hear that, like, I'm like, oh no, Mia's like mad at me and thinks that I was like trying to like get her
Yeah.
and like make her feel bad, which it was never no one's intent
There's
on the
so
show.
many
ever.
other things like that on the show.
But I
Just
went up
kidding.
to her right afterwards, or like right before the challenge that you'll see on the next episode. And I was like, Mia, listen, I am so freaking sorry that, like, I don't even know what I said. I was just repeating what was said to me. And I don't give a fuck what you do, girl. Like, I don't care if you eliminate F-boys or nice guys. It doesn't matter to me. I have no judgment. If I were you, I'd be eliminating all nice guys because gross. They're like too trusted. And so it was good for us because we had a moment where it was like, I got to be like real with her and be like, listen, this show is stupid. It's nothing matters. Let's have fun. I will never ever try to make you feel bad or try to like shame you for any of this process because I don't think there's any, I know that it is very like fraught, like, oh my God, are they going to choose an F-boy or a nice guy? But like, I didn't think Sarah was dumb last year for choosing Garrett. I don't have any judgment on these people because, and neither should you watching it because you don't know what it's like being there. You don't know what it's like to eat, sleep, and breathe boys. And everyone you talk to talks to you about boys, and you don't have a cell phone, and you don't have TV, and you don't have
sleep.
You are like sleeping little hours because I mean you sleep. All you do is sleep and talk about boys. That's all you get to do, and be in hair and makeup.
And you don't have phone or internet. unless
no phone
the
or internet.
producers
I mean,
give it
that
to
is
you.
insane. You don't. Sometimes they would give them like a DVD player, like with like just a screen and a DVD player, and they could watch like.
And you don't see
You
the
know, Kangaroo
F-Boys
Jack.
their bodies in person.
You
Because
don't
God,
see.
are they fucking
and
glistening
when
and
you're
hot.
on this island
They're
where these
so
guys.
hot. It's ridiculous.
And Peter comes in, and everyone's like, "Why does Mia like Peter so much? He's famous, dude."
And he's gorgeous.
She watched him last season
in person,
and I kept
on
telling
TV,
all these.
But he's
he
like
is
gorgeous man.
And I
These
told
are
all these girls, listen, or I told the guys, I'm like, and I think I told the girls too. The reason you're attracted to Peter so much, Mia, is because you have familiarity with him, which
Yeah.
is how I feel about celebrities. Like I get so nervous with new people, but if I am able to stalk them on the internet or watch their interviews on a podcast, I feel like I already know them and I want to date them more. And I think that people would say like,
And Peter got a lot of airtime on the first season.
yes, he did. And
Even
so
as getting voted first.
I told all the guys, stop being jealous of Peter. You're all gonna be him next season. Like you have been on this show. Like he just has one episode more than you, kind of. So just chill out. And it is interesting though
the
because
Garrett and Peter fight. I remember being there and hearing about it.
oh my god, and that
It
was
was-
so fun to watch.
It was. It reminded me of like a Zoolander skit.
Garrett was so ridiculous, and I was proud of Peter for standing up to that gigantic tower of a man and almost getting punched, honestly.
Yeah.
And it would have been bad because Peter is much smaller than Garrett. Who, Noah, would you be into on FBoy Island if you were a contestant? I think we all asked all my girlfriends in on like who do you think. Is Brenna clearly into someone and being like and rooting for someone? Can you get a sense? Because you probably don't want to know, but who?
No,
Brenna would
I
go
would
for?
want to know. I'm trying to.
Will you text her? Say
Yeah, I will.
Which guy would you be going for on FBoy Island? out
Okay,
of all
I'll
of
tell
them?
you who I was just
Yeah.
like, please don't let it be an F-boy. Please don't let him be an F-boy.
Okay.
Kind of had the hunch. And then I was like, no, he's like, and at first I did not like him. I was like, the guy from Staten Island, Danny, like that
Danny.
Staten Island accent just rubs me the wrong way. And I was just like,
Really?
ugh, this guy. But then
At
just the
first.
things he was saying, he was so
Yes.
attentive to Mia.
Yes.
And I was like, no, he's a good guy, please. And then I don't want to say
Yeah,
what
then.
he is,
Yes, but you either got confirmed or denied that. Yes.
So I'm
do you
I'm
think you would have
invested
been
in
the most
him.
attracted to him?
His hair though, you could get past that. Like,
Yeah.
You know what? The beard
Oh, God.
makes up for the hair. It's a nice beard.
Yeah, and he's so nice. Like he was there for
is.
me. He didn't seem full of shit. Like I know these guys come in as F-boys, but sometimes they really do get swept up in the like being.
And
in
he
love. Like,
disassociated himself from Mikey D or whatever when he realized, oh
yeah.
my God, this guy was lying to everybody.
yes, I think
when he went off about being cheated on, and it just kept going like 4 times. Like he goes, I had this girlfriend. She cheated on me. Then I got this girlfriend. He did it 4 times.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 times.
I know, poor guy.
I know, but it just like you could just say I had 4 people. Like going through
yeah,
each
going through
one
each one
was
where you're
like, it was.
You could just do times 4. I don't think I can say who I would go for because that would compromise my position as a.
Oh,
But I think we all can kind of probably guess because
fucking unbelievable.
I mean I knew
Who do
I,
you think
I
you
bet
picked?
I bet Brenna and I picked the same person.
Benedict.
Benedict. Oh.
So I think she thinks I'd be upset because he's also a
No,
comedian.
Benedict is definitely Andrew's guy. Like Andrew would probably go for Benedict. You guys have stuff in common.
Benedict is great.
I never
but
talked to him, and I
handsome.
wanted to talk to him. He
Benedict
was Casey.
was-
I like a lot.
Yes.
I think
Benedict
that's who
Egg,
Nikki
she
would go
wrote.
for.
Benedict. No, well,
Casey.
I'll tell you. I have an affection for Casey because he's been on the show for 2 seasons, and he's someone I look at
He's
as like a
famous.
little brother. Like because I've given him advice with his career. Like I like have an affection for him, but it's not. It would just be too weird to say him, but I think he is adorable, and a younger version of me would be like have posters of him on my wall, I'm sure. But I gotta say, that Asante is so cute and fun,
Yes.
and also I can't deny it. I am Mercedes. I think he's. There's something charming
He
about
really
him.
annoys me.
I
hate
know
him.
he does, and I know, and I hate that. That is my answer.
I can't with him. He's too cocky. He's like
Jay
He's too
Brian,
aggressive.
but he plays the game well. when he goes, "Hey man, thanks Austin for doing all my work
Oh
for
my
me."
God.
Like
How
that.
bad was Austin?
He's Lord Farquaad.
Oh my God. Oh, and Braden. I like Peter. I think I would be a mess on this show because I would be upset that the other girls got, because I wouldn't be able to just choose.
That's the other problem
5
with the
to
show.
focus on. I would want all of them.
I think that's not the problem, but like
Yeah.
once things are locked in,
I know.
It's locked in, and
Casey
it's
shows
like,
up and
oh.
Tamaris is like, he's on my team.
Yeah.
And Louise is like, okay, I guess. It's like, well, I call dibs. What's she saying?
I swear I'm not a chuckle fucker. I think she meant chunky fucker.
Wait, what did someone say about Benedict that I laughed so hard over the weekend? God, man. I do like Benedict a lot. He's a stand-up comedian. I did not like, though, Noah sent me a video of him. He did a reel on Instagram where he was asking
Who's this?
Benedict.
Oh.
He was answering
Benedict.
questions
It's like the latest
about
video.
FBoy Eyeland. And the last question on this series that Noah sent me was, who was your favorite girl on the show? And he said, honestly, none of them.
Oh.
Yeah, and
It
he
was
said
so
they were all
rude.
bad. He said
They were all bad, is what he said.
But it
and I
didn't
wrote
sound
under it, I
facetious.
go, that
you wrote
last
to it?
question. Yeah, because Noah sent it to me being like, I go, it's probably, he was joking. Like, there's no way he would say that because you and I both know Benedict, well, at this point, Benedict is still very much in the running. And it's like, why would you say that? You fuck it. Like, and so I wrote underneath this thing, like,
Maybe you want to.
the last question, what is that answer? Is that supposed to be funny? Because there's not, and they weren't all bad. The girls were awesome, by the way. And I want to write to Louise and say, will you tell us if your lips are God-given or doctor-given? Because if they're doctor-given, I need to know exactly what is in those lips because I want it in mine because she is so sexual and so beautiful. And the girls were just gorgeous and so sweet and I think smart. And I'm really proud of the casting this season.
And all the extra
row.
jokes in the editing was like
Yes,
a lot
that-
more than the first season. It
They
was
did so good. Yeah, they're really leaning into it. And I think next season, God willing, is going to be even funnier because it's just the show is learning what it is. And I think the show's a hit. I mean, I if you watch the show, you won't stop watching it. I don't know anyone who
can't.
really can stop watching it and isn't excited for more episodes. But I want to do more of the show. It's so fun. I want to be on the show so bad. Because now I'm watching the reality of it. I'm like, God damn it, I want to be on.
It'd be great, like you versus 2 other, like, well, I guess they don't have to
I
be
want them to
comedians.
do an
but,
old
like,
F-Boy Island.
Yeah.
Like, if there was a different world, I would definitely do
like
a show
Arthritis
like this.
Boy or something. They come. It's not even at the beach. It's just like at a coffee shop.
Fibromyalgia boy.